What's happening?
You guys for coming out and welcome this call. We'll open up the floor to the first question. Who wants to go first?
Chris, conventional wisdom, had you studied your final years, playing for contenders for the championship, what were the overriding factors that brought you to this point?
Oh man, you know that. I kind of talk kind of loud anyway. Man, the opportunity to play, to hoop, to compete. Obviously, this is a first-class organization, and for me, I've loved nothing more than the opportunity to play and contribute and hoop and hoop. Yeah.
What is, we first talked about it a little bit, what is this going to be like just to be able to play for Pop and have, have some time with it?
Man, it's going to be definitely an honor and a privilege. Obviously, I've admired Pop from afar from years, and when you're in this for a while, as he's done for a long time, there's so much respect there, not only for his basketball IQ, but just for who he is as a person, as a competitor and all of this. And so Pop has always been someone that I've spoken to, before jump ball, during the game or whatnot, if it's just a little conversation here or there. So I'm excited to learn from him and the coaching staff here.
Chris, Draymond said this week that you're a veteran to even the veterans, like much less the young guys like Victor and guys like that. But he said you have a very strong personality, and so it says a lot about the Spurs' trust in you to be a positive influence to somebody like Victor. Do you feel like a little more responsibility in that mentorship role with somebody like Victor than you have in the past?
I mean, I think I've always taken that responsibility very seriously, but also understanding that I come to hoop. I'm not a coach, so there's definitely things to be learned and all that stuff. But I come in, obviously, with a lot of knowledge from on-the-job training, but I also come in trying to learn from these guys. That's probably been the coolest thing about my career is that, yeah, I've went to some teams that are younger or whatnot, but I'm constantly learning from these guys. I got a chance to play with Shea in his second year in the league, and I got a chance to learn from him. I got a chance to learn from Book, Mikal Bridges, and all those guys. So I'm excited to share with these guys what I know or whatever they want to know, but I'm also excited to see what I can learn from them.
Chris, along those lines, some of us who've been doing this for a couple decades or more.
Yeah, same.
It seems like 20-year-olds are younger than they've ever been. How do you kind of bridge that gap, and what makes you want to sign up to be around so many kids?
I think a lot of it is because I still look at myself as a big kid. You know what I mean? I get a chance to play basketball every day and say that's my way of life, something I've been doing since I was 4 or 5 years old. But also, I'm so connected to the game from a grassroots standpoint. I mean, I have an AAU team that I'm getting ready to go to Peach Jam here in a week or two. I watch high school basketball, I watch middle school basketball, and I'm a parent too. I have a 15-year-old son, a daughter who's about to be 12. So, I'm not trying to be in the locker room and be their dad or nothing like that. It's just, for me, there's connectivity. And I think the thing that connects us all is this game, right? And always trying to get better. How are you too? Good to see you. Been a while. Yeah.
When the Spurs came to you, how big a factor was Victor's presence on this team to you to be able to play with a player that a lot of us think is going to be one of the best players ever?
Well, that definitely helps. That definitely didn't hurt. But also knowing the pedigree that this organization has, everything around it, from coaches to front office. Like I said, I played for a number of teams now, and Pop and the Spurs definitely probably got the deepest tree in the league. When I say the tree, right, everybody sort of branches off from here and ends up better. And so Victor being here helped too, obviously, and them having a young team and getting a chance to watch him, right? Like I played against him this season, and I tell you, there's probably no player in the league that everybody in the league talks about after the game like him, because everybody has to adjust stuff. Me and Harrison was on our flight yesterday just talking about how cool it's going to be at this point in our careers to get a chance to appreciate him day in and day out. So that definitely helped.
To that extent, Chris, adding you and Harrison to this fold, now looking at the team that San Antonio is bringing back, how quickly do you think and how realistic is it that this team could contend for a playoff spot?
I mean, we start that stuff in training camp. I'm not here to say we're going to do this or do that. I think we all got to get together and make sure that we understand, what our goals are and what we're going to do to try to help each other get there.
What are your goals then?
I only have one goal every time, and that's to win. Every game. I don't care if it's practice. I don't care if it's shooting contest. I don't think you should play anything if you're just doing it for shits and giggles.
Chris, a few years ago, Sports Illustrated released a photo of you as a kid meeting Tim Duncan. It's kind of gone on the grounds again because you're with the team now. What is that? Can you talk a little bit about that day and how that came up and is it just real? Look back at that picture and where you're at now?
So me and Tim's nephew, Shane, played on the same AAU basketball team, right? So we were teammates like 11 to 14. And Tim, in that picture, he had just got drafted. And we were in Utah at the AAU Nationals, and Tim came to watch us. You know what I mean? So I was telling somebody earlier, I was in like middle school or high school and used to go to the local YMCA and watch Tim hoop. Obviously I went to Wake Forest like him. Darius Sangala, who's on the coaching staff, I was in high school and he was at Wake, and I used to go play pickup with them. So it's a lot of full circle moments here.
Another full circle moment. Two of the more memorable 7-game series that you've ever played, Spurs ever played, were against them. Have you thought much about
Yeah. Yeah. 07, 08, that was my first time in the playoffs. They beat us in New Orleans in Game 7. I don't know what year it was. We won in 15. Yeah, that was crazy. Me and my brother was talking about it. I don't think I've played against another team, and y'all, I don't know all the stats, but I don't think I've played against another team more than I played against the Spurs in my career. So I learned a lot from, watching this team. I was at the finals when they won in Cleveland. I was at that game, Game 4. I was courtside watching that game. Tony was a big brother to me when I came into the NBA, Tony Parker. And so, when the trade, when I came here, it was cool. I got a text from Tim. I got a text from Manu. I got a text from Tony. And it's really cool to be here.
Can you tell us about that shot you hit over TD to win that series?
Might have been a push-off before I shot it. But I'll take it. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you the truth, I don't need to give these fans any type of message, honestly, just because they've seen greatness around here for a long time, right? Some hard-fought playoff series here, so with the young talent that they have here already, they know how to support a team, but just know that, I don't hold it against me how I act on the court and how I am in real life. I'm two totally different people. I just hate to lose. I always say this, I hate to lose more than I like to win. And so one thing you should know about is we're going to compete. We definitely going to compete, but this fan base has had a lot of success in the past, and hopefully we can continue that.
You mentioned Harrison Barnes. Just your thoughts on having that young man next to you.
Man, I'm excited. I was talking to DT, Dave Tellep, who I've known since I was a kid. I was actually at his wedding. But I do a basketball camp, an elite camp for years, and Harrison came to camp some years ago, and that's when I first got to know him. And when you get in the NBA, everybody sort of forms their own lives, so it was cool to talk to him on the flight last night. And I know how good Harrison is. I know how determined and committed he is to being the best version of himself, so I'm excited to try to put all this together.
Chris, you said that Pop had a conversation with you, kind of a sales pitch to bring you here. What was he looking for? How did he sell the Spurs to you, and what he wants you to bring to this team?
Yeah, I didn't need a sales pitch. You know what I mean? I think me and Pop more than anything had a conversation. And I think what I appreciated the most was, Pop said, I want you to come be you. Whatever that means, he said that too. And I'm excited. In anything you do, I don't care who you are, a writer, anything, you want to feel wanted. You know what I mean? And he sounded excited, so that got me excited. And I think something that I would probably want to say is I think a lot of times there's rhetoric about, oh, this guy wants to stay close to home. He has to be close to home. My family is everything. My wife is here. My kids are back in LA, and that's where they will be during the season. And I love basketball so much that I could be close to home, but if I'm not playing, I'm not happy. Seriously. And I love my family to death. And so when we saw this opportunity, even though it'll put me away from my family knows me better than anybody. And they know that, I just want to play. I want to play more than anything. And that's why I'm grateful for them and more so grateful to be here.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Who's first? I mean, it's great. I think, obviously, competing against the Spurs for a number of years, I have the utmost respect for this franchise and everything that they've accomplished. The opportunity to play for Pop, having some World Cup experience with him, he's a character, and just excited to be here with this group. Obviously, coming in with CP, we're going to be two of the older guys in the locker room, but just getting a chance to talk with some of the guys here, there's good energy, good excitement, so I'm looking forward to it. Just the opportunity. It's funny with the new CBA, the trade kicker became more of a play than I was expecting. But I think the opportunity just to come here and to be able to, like I said, play for Pop, play with this group, I think is exciting. Just because it takes a while to build things in this league, and in order to be good, you have to have a formula to success. And I think that over the years, the Spurs have been one of the toughest teams that I've ever competed against. So they've been a first-class organization in every way.
Sorry to harp on it, but it seems like that's something you could have used if you didn't want to be there, right? That was a trade kicker.
Absolutely, for sure.
So that reinforces your desire to come.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely options where that was a factor, whether or not it would be waived or not. But for the ability to be able to come to San Antonio is a pretty easy decision for me.
What about Victor Wembanyama's presence have to do with the decision to come back?
He definitely was a part of it. He's a great young player in this league, definitely, on his way to being one of the best. And he was a big part of it, but I think it's the collective overall. It's the organization, it's the people that are here, the people on the team. I think just, since I landed, the warmth I felt from, every single person in this building in an authentic way, not something that's for show or something that's, people are just putting on an act, but I think just genuinely how people are treated here from the people I've talked to, former players that have been here, I think that really made the difference.
Harrison, how would you express to fans what they would expect from you on the court? What would your role be with this team?
Yeah, I mean, just to do anything that's asked of me. The goal every season, is to go out there, play 82 games, give my best. The last 2 seasons I've been able to do that, so I'm excited to be able to build with this group. I know there's a lot of talent, a lot of young talent in this group, and I definitely want to try to maximize that. Man, great team dinners. But, from just different sayings that he'd have on the court, I mean, the guy is just, he's a basketball encyclopedia to, in the meetings, I mean, we're having history lessons about, everything under the sun, and somehow it gets back to basketball, but how it starts, you have no idea where it's going. to I think just how he is personally. I think he connects with every single player. He talks to every single player differently, and he knows how to connect with them. So I think that's why me and him kind of hit it off. He's a straight shooter. I like that. So we were just able to bond that way.
Harrison, you talk about the history of this organization. The Spurs haven't been in the playoffs in 5 years now, but adding two players, you and Chris, with the wealth of experience in the postseason that you have, how quickly, given the guys that are already on the team, do you think this team could return to the postseason?
Yeah, it's always tough. Health is the biggest factor in that, right? You can have all the right pieces, you can be playing the right way, but unfortunately, I think in this league, the healthiest teams win and win championships. So, I think for us, it's a matter of doing all the right things, putting ourselves in the right position possible, and just praying for the best health-wise that we can put this group together.
What's been your secret? I mean, you played 82 games the last 2 years for longevity in this league.
A lot of time spent off the court working on my body. I think that's the biggest thing. This morning, CP and I, we got some work in the weight room, and just seeing the work that I do at 32 and the work that he does a little bit older, I won't say his age, but a little bit older, you see, what it takes, to continue to come out here and play every single night. And hopefully, those tips can be passed on. Those practices can be passed on to a lot of these younger guys, coming into this league, 3-4 years, of experience, how they can build and continue to hopefully play a long number of games for their long careers.
Have you spoken with guys already on the team, Victor, Devin Vassell? Have you made contact with any of those guys yet?
Yeah, Dad was here today. I haven't talked to Vic yet, but I've played against these guys for a couple of years. I didn't say a number of years, but a couple of years. I've obviously watched all these guys, been drafted and grow. So I'm excited.
Is that mentorship role something that you look forward to, something that you enjoy? I know you got some young guys with the Kings. Are you looking forward to being that part of your role here?
Yeah, sometimes when you say mentor, it makes you sound really old. But no, I definitely look forward to just putting my arm around guys and just getting to work. I think the best way to really connect with guys is just to do your process with them. You know what I mean? It's getting in the weight room, it's getting on the court, it's the cold tubs, the bus rides, the plane rides, all those type of things. You got to get to know guys on a personal level. You know what I mean? Before you kind of get into the nitty gritty of the basketball. So that's the part I'm most excited about. You know what I mean? Just connecting with guys, seeing where everyone's at and just getting to know them that way.
Get into the nitty-gritty part of basketball. Have you thought much about the on-court fit, just kind of how you imagine a lineup with Victor, Jeremy Sohan, and you playing together, like the possibilities that opens up and how you fit into it?
Yeah, I see that fit being pretty easy. I mean, I think Vic gives a lot of versatility, as a shot blocking presence, right? Stretch the floor, can handle the ball, just knows how to play in space. Obviously, Jeremy, he was playing point guard at some points last season, right? But just knows how to play, you know what I mean, spacing wise, that shouldn't be an issue. And obviously, you got, CP, you got Trey, you got Dev, you got Keldon, you know what I mean? You got guys who, know how to play and know how to score the basketball. So from a fit standpoint, I don't think that we really should have too many hiccups. Yeah, I mean, I think just his ability to be a matchup problem. I think that was the biggest thing that stood out. We were like, who should we put on him? You know what I mean? Like, should I guard him? Should we have, Keon Ellis guard him? Should we have Domas guard? Like, just depending on what he was doing, because, he comes down one time and he's handling in a pick and roll. The next time he's catching a lob. The next time he's doing catch and shoot from three, right? Like, his ability and his game. There's no shortage of people talking about what he brings to the table, but I think it's just really unique now being teammates with him, all the possibilities that you have with that type of versatility as a 4 or 5. That'd be a very nice thing in the years to come, for sure.
Based on playing against Chris over the years and playing against Victor, what kind of carry do you think Chris and Victor could make up in the pick and roll, having played against Victor?
After competing against him for 12 years now, he's one of the toughest players to play against, especially late game. And I think that his ability, his knowledge of the game will just make it so much easier for Vic because he can literally, put him in positions, give him easier looks, have a consistent flow for Vic where he doesn't have to necessarily go out and hunt shots or have to isolate just to get baskets. You know what I mean? Like, you just look at Chris's career, the guys that he's just assisted and just, their scoring efforts. So I think for all the ways that Vic can score, having a guy like Chris there to help will just make his life easier. Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with, the commitment, knowing that obviously things are going to happen overnight, but I think also it's that shared experience. I've said it before in years past, but you just can't fast track experience. There's just certain things you have to go through as a group, and I think you look at every team that's in the playoffs that's had success. Look at this franchise that's had success. There is a shared experience that happens year after year after year that allows guys to build and grow. So obviously that process was started before I got here, but I'm definitely excited to just be in that mix, just continue to help guys grow and win basketball games.
With Chris here now, should we anticipate the Spurs leading the league in lockdowns next year?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a shame if we didn't. It would definitely be a shame.
Anybody else?
Lastly, you're not the only Harrison from North Carolina in this franchise. Now, any relationship with Harrison Ingram at all? What have you seen from his game? And what do you think he can bring to the NBA?
Unbelievable human being. I'm a huge fan of him. It's funny, we got a chance to meet last summer, and he's hilarious, as you guys either know or will know. So I'm excited just for him to be here. He's gonna work extremely hard. Like I said, just a great human being, and I think that Spurs fans will love him.
Thanks, Harrison.
Appreciate it, guys.